Alright guys, today I will be showing short proof of why Star Body Rimuru loses to Yogiri Talk 2. Yes, I'm a glazer. Enough chit chat. In the light novel, not just the anime, Yogiri's ability is absolute instant death that works on literally anything: people, concepts, gods, time, space, even entire universes. He doesn't need to understand how something works. He just decides it's dead, erased, and it's gone. He has no real upper limit shown. The author even portrays him as being able to kill things outside the story's cosmology, meta level. Starbody Rimuru. The stellar Rimuru form is ridiculously powerful, comparable to the top of Tensura's cosmology. Rimuru has multiversal skill feats, can rewrite reality with skills like CL, and his existence can regenerate from conceptual erasure. He has resistance to causality, probability, manipulation, and even abstract erasure in Tensura's lore. Problem: Yogiri's ability bypasses durability, resistances, immortality, and even causality. It doesn't matter how unkillable something is. If he wills it, it's dead. Rimuru's best bet is that CL, his ultimate skill, could analyze Yogiri's ability and find a loophole, but Yogiri's author wrote him specifically so that no loophole exists. He is the absolute trump card. Verdict: if we take them as written in their original light novels, Yogiri stamps Rimuru every time. Starbody Rimuru might be one of the strongest in Tensura, but Yogiri's instant death ignores power levels, regeneration resistances, and even the concept of being unkillable. Basically, LN Yogiri full power, Starbody Rimuru. He wins. Now let's check something else real quick. Does does Yogiri Tacto true Eldritch horror exist outside of existence? Yes, in the light novel, Yogiri's true form slash eldritch horror nature is described as something that doesn't fit into existence or non-existence. Here's the breakdown. Yogiri isn't just a human with an ability. His true existence is hinted to be a primordial anomaly that even the multiverse cannot categorize. When his instant death power is viewed from outside, it isn't just erasing things, it makes them as though they never existed in the first place, beyond time, space, and even narrative causality. Characters in the light novel who tried to comprehend his real nature saw him as an indescribable eldritch horror, something alien existing beyond existence and non existence at the same time. This is why his ability doesn't have limits. He himself isn't bound by the laws of the cosmology. He's treated almost like a story breaking entity, written to be the absolute endpoint of any power comparison. So, yes, true Eldritch Horror Yogi exists outside of time, which is why not my bad exists outside of existence, which is why nothing in his verse or even most other fictions can logically resist him. Does Starbody Rimuru exist outside of existence? Not in the same way Yogiri does. Let's carefully separate them. Starbody Rimuru, Tensura cosmology, when reaches Oh, I need to read better. When Rimuru reaches his stellar farm, star body, he embodies the laws of the world themselves and transcends conventional space and time and casuality. Rimuru at this level can manipulate reality on a multiversal to higher multiversal scale, rewrite concepts, and persist even if he destroyed the world line itself. However, Rimuru is still tied to existence within the Tensura cosmology. Even though he transcends many rules, he's still something that exists, just unlike just on a godlike reality defining level. His regeneration from conceptual erasure means he can survive being erased as long as some informational aspect remains, but that's still within the framework of existence. Difference from Yogiri. Yogiri's true object itself is described as a being beyond existence and non existence, something fundamentally outside reality, casuality, and even metaphysical categorization. Removes the ultimate being within existence, while Yogiri is the thing outside of every idea of existence. So star body removal does not exist outside of reasons. You get the point. Now, let's see something else. This was supposed to be about if Rimuru can beat Yogiri, if both were at their full power, but I have a different idea. Now I know this looks stupid, but we have to go over it. Either way, I'm accepting anything with this one question, whether people say Azeroth wins or Yogiri wins. Personally, I'd like to think Yogiri would win, but because of Azathoth's nature and abilities, I would accept Yogiri losing. But it's time to see. That's really interesting matchup since both are written as beyond everything kinds of beings. Let's line them up carefully. Azathoth Cthulhu Mythos. In Lovecraft's mythos, Azathoth is the blind idiot god, the primordial chaos at the center of everything. The entire multiverse and all outer gods exist as part of Azathoth's dream. If Azathoth wakes up, everything ceases to exist. Azathoth transcends dimensions, time, and existence itself, being the ultimate chaos beyond all reality. True Eldritch Yogiri Ellen full power. Yogiri's instant death doesn't just kill beings, it deletes them from all concepts, including causality, time, higher dimensions, and even meta narrative layers. His true nature is outside the concepts of existence and non existence. He isn't bound by cosmology, dimensional scaling, or even authorial boundaries. In the Ellen, he's depicted as something even the author writes as an absolute endpoint. No counter, no loophole, no resistance. If Yogiri wills something gone, it's gone, head to head. As a thought contains Yogiri's universe, if we take Mythos cosmology literally. Since everything is inside his dream, but Yogiri's ability ignores cosmology, scale, and metaphysical status, it doesn't matter if Azathoth is the dreamer of the multiverse. Yogiri can simply declare Azathoth is dead, and that's it. The key difference: Azathoth is the strongest being inside fiction's ultimate chaos, while Yogiri is written to exist outside even that distinction. Verdict: if we go strictly by original portrayals, Azathoth omnipotent within his mythos, true Eldritch Yogiri equals a narrative breaking absolute that works on anything regardless of omnipotence. So Yogiri's ability would kill even Azathoth because it's not a battle of strength or skill. It's does Yogiri will it dead or not? Okay, so that's evidence there. I want to drip Goku next. Yes, let's do drip Goku next. Wait, before that, if both are at full power, Azathoth at full power, the dreamer of all existence, ultimate chaos, everything exists only because it dreams, true Eldritch Yogiri, full power, e- outside existence and non-existence. His instant death works on anything without limit, even concepts like dreamer of all or omnipotent winner Yogiri. God damn. When I said make it short, I didn't mean this short. But they said it, not me. Because his ability isn't about overpowering. It simply ends anything no matter how absolute. God damn. For all my fellow Glazers, we win. But first, something that truly pissed me off. Yeah, so the Drip Goku versus Hyogiri thing has been enraging to the least. The meme version of Drip Goku is portrayed as transcendent, style powered, untouchable, and casually omnipotent. If made canon in Dragon Ball, we'd basically be talking about a Goku who is absolute meta omnipotence, whose drip style gives him supremacy over any concept of power scaling. Some fans takes put Drip Goku as the embodiment of supremacy itself, the final form that cannot be surpassed no matter what. Exists a true Eldritch Giri for power exists outside existence and non-existence. His instant death ignores durability, omnipotence, infinity, casuality, regeneration, metafictional boundaries, everything. If Yogi wills it, anything dies. There is no defense, no exception. Matchup: if Drip Goku were truly canon and written at the absolute highest existence in Dragon Ball, he'd essentially function like the one above all in Marvel, an embodiment of ultimate supremacy. Yogi's ability is written as an absolute authorial endpoint. Even if someone embodies supremacy or omnipotence, Yogiri can just declare them dead because his powers doesn't check whether it's possible, it just makes it. Verdict: even if Drip Goku were canon and omnipotent, true Eldritch Yogiri, full power, still wins because his ability is specifically written to ignore omnipotence and transcendence itself. I made some of these. I said some of these, inside of comments, and no one listened. Time to check something else real quick. before I check and see what Yogiri's power can really do, even though I know what it can do. Whew, I'm tired from all this reading. Yogiri, true Eldritch horror, full power versus the brothers' death, full power. Who wins? Okay, let's line this up. The brother's death, full power. Depending on the verse, the brother's death usually refers to death as an absolute entity, sometimes split into multiple. I don't want to read this much. I may have accidentally seen Yogiri wins. We may have accidentally seen that. Let's keep reading though. Usually refers to death as an absolute entity, sometimes split into multiple primordial aspects, like in mythos or certain fictions. Full power death is often treated as the concept of death itself, unbound by universe's gods or even omnipotence inside a setting. They embody inevitability, even gods, fates, and time eventually succumb to them. True Eldritch Yogiri full power. Yogiri doesn't just control death, his ability is absolute erasure, existence, non existence, concepts, inevitability, casuality, all gone the moment he wills it. He isn't limited to death as a concept, he transcends the very framework of what can and can't exist. Even entities that are death itself cannot resist, because Yogiri can simply decide death doesn't exist anymore. Verdict: the brothers' death, absolute within their cosmology, true Eldritch Yogiri, absolute across all cosmologies, because he exists outside the idea of existence versus non existence. Winner Yogiri, true Eldritch full power. He erases not just the brothers, but even the concept of death itself, leaving nothing behind. Time to show you what Yogiri can do. Can Yogiri talk to infinitely reincarnate? Yes or no? Yes. I don't even have to scroll. You guys can just read from this page alone. Now, can you Kiri talk to kill the fact that he doesn't have an ability, giving himself that ability? That's a really sharp question. Here's how it works in the light novel. Yogiri's ability isn't something granted to him, it's his true nature. The instant death is basically a tiny reflection of what he actually is, an eldritch anomaly outside existence slash non-existence. Because of that, he doesn't need to gain an ability. He is the ability. Now, to your question, could he kill the fact that he doesn't have an ability, therefore giving himself one? In principle, yes. Yokiri can kill facts, concepts, and truths. If Yokiri has no ability, was a fact in the story, he could erase that fact. That's too far. That's too far. But the twist is he doesn't even need to. His very existence already overrides that. His power is so absolute that it doesn't matter whether the narrative says he has one or not. The effect still happens. I can see why people hate the writer. And I just want to say, I I hope the writer makes more characters like this so I can keep winning arguments. Thank you, writer of Yogiri. Peace, everybody. And no more Yogiri loses this, that. The moment he beat Azathoth, the debates ended.